I started working the night shift at a small data center in Ohio. The pay was good, the job was quiet, and I liked it that way. It was around 2:30 a.m. Everyone else had gone home. The fluorescent lights buzzed faintly and the servers hummed in the background. Everything was normal, or so I thought. Then I heard it, a faint tapping from the hallway. At first I ignored it, maybe a loose pipe or the building settling, but the tapping turned into footsteps, slow and deliberate, coming toward my desk. I froze, my heart pounding. I glanced at the security monitors. Nothing. The hallways were empty. Every camera feed showed only the sterile, silent office. But I could still hear the footsteps coming closer, louder, like someone was pacing around me, waiting. I tried calling the security office. No answer. I walked to the break room, thinking maybe it was another employee, but the room was empty. Then I noticed the cafeteria lights were off, and I hadn't turned them off. I went back to my desk. The servers hummed normally, but my chair was slightly turned, as if someone had been sitting there. I didn't see anyone. I didn't hear anyone, but I could feel a presence behind me. I grabbed my flashlight and slowly scanned the room. Nothing, just the glow of the monitors. Then the emergency exit door creaked, as if someone had leaned against it. I told myself I was imagining it, until the printer started printing by itself. I walked to the printer. Blank paper, just paper, no errors. But something was written on the top sheet in smudged black ink. "Don't leave." I turned around. Nothing. My phone buzzed. A notification from a security camera I hadn't turned on. I opened the feed, and there it was, a figure standing in the server room. Tall, thin, completely black. No features, no face, just standing. I backed away slowly. My flashlight flickered, then it moved closer. Too fast. Impossible. I ran, not toward the exit, but back to my office, hoping it was just my mind playing tricks. I locked the door, sat down, and tried to calm myself. But I could hear it outside, breathing, slow and deep, waiting. The monitors flickered. One feed after another showed nothing. Then the last camera, the one behind my desk, showed the figure sitting in my chair, smiling. I didn't stick around. I grabbed my bag, ran out the emergency exit, and didn't stop until I reached my car. My shift was over, but the feeling followed me home. I called HR the next day. Security checked the building. Empty. No one. Nothing out of place. But I know what I saw. Some things aren't meant to be seen during the night shift. Have you ever worked late at night and felt something watching you? Share your story in the comments. Subscribe for more true horror stories every week. And remember, sometimes it's not the people at work you need to worry about. I was covering the night shift at a small medical lab in Michigan. Quiet, uneventful. Perfect for someone like me who hates chaos. It was 1:45 a.m. and the building was empty, except for me. The machines beeped faintly and the air conditioning hummed and everything seemed normal until I heard a soft, scraping sound coming from the hallway. At first I ignored it, thinking it was maybe a rolling cart, but then the sound got louder and something was moving toward my lab bench. I froze, and my heart was pounding as I grabbed my flashlight and shined it down the hallway, but it was empty, nothing there. Even though I could still hear slow, dragging footsteps, I checked the cameras on my phone and the hallways were empty. The doors were closed and everything looked normal, but then the footsteps stopped, and I felt a presence just behind me. I dared to turn around and saw the faintest shadow move across the wall. I tried to convince myself it was a trick of the lights and went to the break room. But when I returned to my office, my chair was turned slightly and the computer monitor flickered on, displaying words I had not typed, saying, "Leave now." I backed away slowly as my flashlight flickered, and I heard breathing shallow and slow echoing through the hallway vents. I grabbed a key to lock the office door, but the handle rattled like someone outside was testing it harder and faster. Then the lights went out completely and my phone's flashlight barely illuminated the hallway, and I saw the figure gliding toward me impossibly fast. I ran and stumbled over chairs, knocking over papers as the building felt alive with every sound amplified. And I finally locked the office door and called 911. But there was no answer. I checked the camera feed again, and it was no longer in the hallway. It was behind my desk, standing and smiling with eyes like black voids. I did not wait to find out what happened next. I ran out through the emergency exit and did not stop until I reached my car. My shift was over, but I felt watched. The entire way home the next morning, security checked the building and found it completely normal. But I know what I saw, and I know it was not human. Some nights working late can be more dangerous than you think. Have you ever worked a night shift and felt someone or something watching you? Share your story below and subscribe for more true horror stories delivered every week, because the quietest nights can be the deadliest.